Thanks for checking out my YouTube channel, Robert's Video Machine. And in today's video, I'm going to be doing basically the replacing of the fuel pump or fuel pump housing, and it's underneath the back seat. So the first steps that you need to do is disconnect the negative battery terminal up in the front. Sorry about that. Okay, and then if you see the seat, you just lift it up like that, and there it is, by the way. But you need to remove a bolt that's holding it down. I don't know if you can kind of see it in there. It's kind of hard. So let me take that off. I believe it's a 10mm, but I'll double check. And yes, it is a 10mm. And I don't know if you can see with the extension that I have, basically to get in there really easily, but it is a 10mm, and then you just remove that bolt. Okay, and there's the bolt there, already removed, and you can see there, this is where it was connected, and you can see the hole there on the back as well. So let's go ahead and remove this. And that's how it looks like when the seat is removed. And then what you do next is you remove all the screws around and remove, I guess, the top portion of that. After you remove the screws, they are Phillips head screws on the top. You basically lift this up and you can see that connection there. You have to unplug that connector there. And I don't know if you can see the gasoline that's all over. It's a bad, this is broken or cracked, I guess, fuel pump housing or whatever that's called, that has to get replaced. So let me go ahead and do that. It stinks like gasoline. I gotta make sure you do it in a ventilated area. I'm doing it outside just to be safe. Okay, and then after you disconnected it, I don't know if you can see there, the actual connector, how you disconnect it. Next, you'd have to remove that black thing, basically loosen it up. And there are tools that they use to remove it. I'm gonna see if I can do it either by hand or something else. If not, I'll see how I can do it. But you just loosen it up to remove it. So let me go ahead and do that. Okay, and this thing, I was able to remove it by hand. I know sometimes they have to use tools to remove it if it's really stuck. Just get it out of the way. And then this thing here as well, you basically unhook it from the tube itself by the clips here on the side. Then afterwards, you just pop it out. I guess try to get it at an angle to pop out. And that's all the gasoline. It smells really bad. But that's the whole thing here. And there are two mechanics that already stated that the fuel pump housing is cracked, and that's why it's leaking. So I'm just gonna buy the whole thing and then replace it. Okay, so here's the fuel pump and the fuel pump housing already extracted from the vehicle. I took it out, and you can see there that it's cracked in the very top, and that's where it was leaking oil and having an issue. So I just got to go out to the auto parts place, get the exact same one, and then pop the new one in. Okay, so here's the new fuel pump and the fuel pump housing, brand new, that I bought. I'll put it in the description, the part number. I did end up getting from AutoZone. And one thing I can tell right away is you do need to remove this part and then transfer it over to the new one. But aside from that, there are a couple of differences, like this thing here. Don't know what that is. The original one doesn't have it. And it appears that it's actually part of the fuel pump housing itself. I guess it's some type of filter, or who knows what it is. So let me show you the video how I've actually put it in. Actually, it did come with it. I was looking at the bottom of the box and it was down there. It does come with the new seal, and then also this other cover here, if you remember from this installation of it. So I'm gonna just put everything in and then pop it back in and show how that's done. Okay, so now we're gonna put it back in, and then of course you're gonna take this off, which is the cover. Okay, so basically you're just gonna put this back and it should be facing forward like this. So let me try to get it in there. Kind of have to work it in. It's gonna be kind of hard. Trying to see if I can do this properly. Kind of goes in an angle. Okay, so I got the fuel pump and the fuel pump housing in already. And then one thing I did take off is this little thing here from the old fuel pump housing. The new one didn't have it, and this is so this can make a good connection to it. So it's basically just put it in there down. It makes the connection down. This should go through. You heard that click? That means it's good to go. This thing is down. Oh, one thing I forgot. You have to put this thing in first. So okay, so one thing that I am doing, I'm pushing down on the fuel pump housing, and I put this thing in, and basically you just turn it so you get the connection, and it should be straight like this. I don't know if you can see. And then it should get it and hold it in place. It's kind of dirty. Should have cleaned it out first. Okay, so it's basically just twisting it back and forth until you have it seated properly. You see how it's seated properly now, and it's not popping up. And then you just connect the connector to this thing, and when it makes a click, that's it. Oh, sorry. Let me take this off. Forgot about the ring. The ring goes in first, and you just basically just tighten it up, make it go round and round until it seats. So let me try to get that on there because it's kind of hard with the camera and everything. Okay, one thing that I did notice, the ring that came brand new, having a very hard time putting it on. I didn't know why, so I tried the old one, and the old one went in perfectly. So the new one was off. Any little thing that's off, you're gonna have a hard time. So I just ended up using the old one and hand tighten only until it's snug and tight completely, and that's it. And then that's when you go ahead and plug in the gasoline, the fuel line, until it clicks, and it's on there now. You see how it can't come off anymore? And then you just plug in this thing here again to the connector, and that's it. Okay, so I have everything back in, and then you just plug in the connector. Let me get this out of the way just so you can see. You plug it in. There's only one way it could go in. And there it goes. I don't know if you hear that little click. And now it's on. And then you just put this back on, and then put the seat, the back seat back on, and that's it. And then of course test it out. So let me get this all done so you can see how it is after it's completed, and then we'll continue. Okay, so it's just screwing these things back on for the cover. And don't forget, like, the connector's already connected. the fuel line is connected. It made a seal, and we used the old one of these to tighten it, so it's tightened, hand tightened. And then now I'm just gonna put the rear seat back in, and then of course screw it back in with the 10mm bolt, and we're done. So I'm gonna test it tomorrow since it's nighttime already. So test it tomorrow morning. But let me know what you think on the video. This is for a 2002 Honda Civic, so I'll put that in the description and everything, and also the part number as well, so you know which one I bought. It is compatible with other Honda Civics. I'll put the model years as well. So don't forget to subscribe, give me a thumbs up, let me know what you think, and if you have any questions, then hopefully I could answer them. Thank you.